What up, Todd?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
We're currently sitting at zero because we didn't tell anybody about our live.
Forgot all about it.
We'll include Bailey in there.
Yeah. Was,
It's still
what
daylight.
you been,
You
man?
know what's up?
How you been? You ready for next week?
I am. I'm not ready for that drive,
We got Snurley on here.
but I'm ready for the tournament. What's up, man? We're gonna
Old Snurley.
we're just gonna chat until we get some people on here.
Yeah.
It was last minute, so I'll take the blame for that. Some of you guys
Yeah.
may have to watch this post us
It,
going live.
it just dawned on me today. I was like, oh man, are we doing a live tonight? Because it's 2 weeks from the championship, and I figured we needed to probably talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I think the main thing is just highlighting that pre-fishing's wrapping up here in
Friday,
about
right?
what 36
Tomorrow.
hours. Yep.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, 23:59 or 11:59 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then we're what, 7 days out?
Well, to be 100% honest, I haven't pre-fished any at all. So
Bailey.
Bailey's
Bailey,
having to work.
hey, Bailey's right there. We're just going to leave him right there up in the corner. Bailey's currently in Texas in NCO Academy because he got promoted to E7. He finally hit the senior enlisted rank, so he's kind of a big deal now, kind of. But he was in class till like 8 p.m. last night, so I probably anticipate that he's going to be there till 8 p.m. tonight doing some work. A lot of classroom writing paperwork in NCO Academy, so or NCOES. I forget the exact name they call it in the Air Force, but it's been a long time since I went to the E7 NCOES. But but I'm sure Bailey wishes he was here, but he's all alone in Texas. So myself and Todd are going to hold it down tonight.
We're going to try
Hopefully,
our best.
yeah. Hopefully keep you guys entertained.
Gator bait fishing from Dominican Republic. Cool. Who is gator bait fishing? That's
I mean, it looks like Timothy
that's
Campbell.
Tim, ain't it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Cool.
It doesn't feel like alive without him. I'm sure he has a bad case of the FOMO right now. So he hasn't felt a tug on a line in a very long time. So he might have to quit bass fishing here soon and get kicked out of the weekend trash talking trail.
Maybe I can join in on that. Oh, he's on a cruise. Nice. Very nice.
Great time.
Wish I was.
Yeah. This time last year I was getting off a cruise. I think we
That's
did
right.
a yeah we did the Disney cruise this time. We were ending it around this time frame.
Well, we've been getting everything packed up on the house, getting it ready to sell, working my butt off, getting it prepped. But boy, it looks good.
It's a quick turnaround. You in the new house right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Still working on getting your office set up?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much done. You know,
You got to put some
It's,
flair on the back wall back there. That first place FKBT check for
I need
Mr.
to,
Boga.
I need to get it all lined up there, but I don't know. So in this house, it's kind of like half office, half bedroom, because the house is so small.
Yeah.
So she may not let me do that. I
I,
may be moving it out to the garage.
yeah, not a bad idea. Timothy, yeah, I'd rather be on a cruise than going to work right now, but definitely difficult to do anything at work right now. We stay pretty busy.
Yeah, you was on a month long hiatus from the FKBT.
Yeah. I kind of disappeared. Probably everybody thinks I probably left FKBT, but I'm back. I was in Louisiana for a month in the woods. And yeah, I mean, I was down in Florida, what, 2 weeks ago when we fished Blue Cypress. You know, everybody knows I'm back. Bailey's pick. That's that's his special treatment since he's being a ghost right now and not hopping on Amy. All right, we got 7 people. Hey, if you guys get to this point, I would say we're gonna go ahead and start, so we're not prolonging this too much, but we're just gonna highlight some tournament stuff. Uh, so right around the 6 minute mark, it is right now. We're gonna start talking tournament stuff. You want to talk about anything specific, or you want to go right into it, Todd?
Let's just go right into it. I mean, the main thing right now is, to really note for everybody that's jumping on and that's watching this later is tomorrow night is the end of pre-fishing. So if you haven't done any pre-fishing and you haven't don't have a chance to go tomorrow, you're going to be in the same boat with me, Sean, and a lot of other people.
All right. Hey, I already got my pre-fishing in. I did my pre-fishing 2 weeks ago,
You
Todd.
did. Hold
I
on
did.
one second. I gotta let the dog out.
No, but like Todd said, yeah, pre-fishing ends tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. At 12:00 a.m. Pre-fishing's over with. So tournament waters go off for Saturday all the way up until the start of the event. But yeah, I mean it's probably a good time because it's supposed to rain. I think every afternoon
Mhm.
up up around the whole state of we'll say the whole northern half of Florida is supposed to get rain every afternoon. So hopefully that water level goes up a little bit. It's kind of low everywhere in Florida, so I think a little bit more current on St. John's will pay dividends, but we'll see.
Absolutely. Yeah. It'll be fun. It's going to be interesting. I've only fished it that one time, so I don't know a whole lot about it other than that one time I fished it. So, but I like it.
Yeah, I fished way up north, and there's a ton of bait and a ton of fish feeding on the bait. I mean, I caught quite a few, like right at dark, from like 5 to 8 p.m. I smashed them pretty good, but that's really outside of tournament hours, so
Yeah.
probably not beneficial. But I did catch them right before it got dark out.
I'm not sure. And I haven't, like we said, we haven't talked to Bailey yet. Do you know if he's got the page up for the championship to be able to register for it?
He does. He does.
Okay.
There's been a few people already registered.
All right. Good deal. I was gonna say if it is up, and I haven't even checked. I've been so busy myself. Let's go ahead and get everybody get signed up on there so we can.
Yeah. When did he say the cutoff was? I believe it's this week, right? Or is it the beginning of next week? I'll have to follow up. I don't know if you can pull it up on your social media, Todd, but I think he made it with the post. He put a sign up cutoff time on there. Obviously, if
Yeah,
there's a case by case basis, you can go direct with one of us. If there's any reason you don't make it on time, we can do a case by case basis. But we're just trying to put a cutoff so all that money can come in because I think we're going to do the same thing as last year, right? We're going to pay out cash at the championship. So
yeah, hmm
so all that money has hit the account in time for us to withdraw it, so we can pay you guys cash right up front
yeah.
uh,
I think
at
that's. I think
at the
that
award.
is the plan. Or, I mean, definitely we'll have the checks there. At least the checks will be able to be cashable because since Bailey's not going to be here, we're not going to be able to have the cash.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Fair
So,
enough.
but
Unless
we'll
it's
have the checks, and then the checks will be able to be cashed right away. Yeah, Amy said the 12th.
the 12th. Okay, yeah, the 12th. That's what, Monday, or what is today? Ninth,
Today
10th.
is the
Yeah,
8th.
yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
Monday. But yeah, for sure. With that, we talked pre-fishing cutoff tomorrow night, 11:59. The boundaries are pinned to the top of the page. If you're unsure, it's from DeLand Bridge down south and up north. I'll have to pull it up in a sec. The northern boundaries. It's a bridge. Give me 1 second.
Right on the
Um,
other side of Lake George, right?
yeah, I'm ill prepared today. I
Yeah.
got off
Like I
work and
said,
rushed.
this was last minute for us all to jump on here.
All right, 1 second. Satsuma Bridge. Yeah, so the boundaries are up. So everywhere between Satsuma Bridge up north and DeLand Bridge down south, and then you have a creek to the west, just north of DeLand Bridge that feeds into the St. John's. There's like a primitive launch out there, which I'll pull up as I talk, but it is the boundary to the west. Everything else between that, if you can paddle to it without having the portage, it is eligible water. But give me 1 second. It's way up a creek. Let's see. I'll pull out and repin it and post it at the top of the page, but there we go. It is Freak Creek launch up Spring Creek. It's out to the western edge. Just if you went west of Lake Woodruff, you would see Spring Creek feeding into the west. Freak Creek. It's like a primitive launch. Looks like a bunch of sand out there. Looks like a little sketchy spot to launch without four-wheel drive. But that is an eligible launch, but you would have to go slightly east to get within boundaries. But any public launch or private business within the boundaries that offer launching with a fee are eligible. All the way from the south, you can fish, put in, I believe it's Edstone to the south. You got launches, Highland Park, Astor, and further north on George, and a little bit further north. There's tons of areas to launch. You got a ton of water to cover. If you're way up from north to south, it's about an hour drive from the southern boundary to the northern boundary. And our post-tournament meetup's right there in the middle, right in Astor. So it's kind of a split between both. It's about 30 minutes, 20 minutes from the southern or the northern, between 20 and 30 to get to the meetup if you're far north or far south. So, but
Yeah, I tell
sorry.
you, I will say I've got a garage full of prizes to give away, all kinds of stuff.
Well, I'm
It's
excited. I mean, there's all kinds of some. Everybody's gonna walk away with a little bit of something special. So I'm looking forward to. I'm excited. For some reason, I thought last week it was this weekend. So I was like all prepared, all my rods tied up a week in advance, and I was just like, I looked at the calendar, I was like, oh damn, looks like I'm gonna have to wait another week.
Yeah, I still got to fix my wheel bearing hub. Haven't even got to it yet.
Uh, you gonna do that this week or what?
Yeah, I got to. I'm not. I am not hauling that Hobie in the back of the truck.
Yeah, be rough. You
Too
guys, go ahead. Sorry.
too much. Too heavy.
Y'all, oh, you can do it. You can do it. Just chuck it out of the back like Daryl Harrelson does.
Oh, I've done it. I don't like doing it.
Hey, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We'll try and clarify anything you got. But I think we've made it pretty cut and dry. Boundaries are pretty cut and dry. Launches,
What,
rules, no
so
major
we're going to
changes to the
launch
rules.
on Saturday. You can launch. Is it 5:30? Lines in at 6.
Give me 1 second. I'll
What
pull it
we
up on
said.
Fishing Chaos right now, Todd. Give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and go down through that. Yeah, go ahead and make sure you guys update Fishing Chaos too, because they've been pushing updates like it seems like every other day.
Yeah.
Let's see, FKBT. But I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, speaking of registrations, like as soon as we hit that first roll down for the championship, I forget who it was, but he registered immediately.
Awesome.
And with that, like I think we've addressed it already, but if we roll down because you said you weren't able to attend and you come back and say you can attend now, we're not gonna make any changes. Once we roll down and you say you're out, you're out. But I think we already reached that cutoff. Currently, we're at 16 anglers signed up. Launch time day one, 5:30. Lines in 6. Lines out 4. So you get full 10 hours day one, just like we did last year. And day two, 5:30 launch. Lines in 6. Lines out 2. So normal fishing hours minus a slight adjustment to the left of 1 hour. Last photo submission 3. on day 2. Sorry, I missed it. Day 1, last photo submissions 5, 1 hour after lines out. No physical check-in after day 1. Mandatory check-in after day 2. 4 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Pre-fishing ends. We already addressed it. 9 May at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. All right, mandatory captain's meeting is going to be next week on the 15th. I think I might be driving down at that point. I may have to pull over unless Bailey can hold it down. Boundaries already linked in the Fishing Chaos, already pinned to the top of the Florida Kayak Bass Trail official page, and pretty much cut and dry. Yeah, Butler Street Public Boat Ramp Pavilion is going to be our post-tournament location. The address is right there inside the Fishing Chaos description, and normal links. But any questions from you guys? What time is sunrise?
We're going to give. We're going from time lines out. You have 2 hours to get back to the mandatory check-in on Sunday, so they should give everybody plenty of time to get back there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We will do the normal. We'll have the sign-in sheet like we have been doing. I think that makes it a really good deal because then we know who all signed in, who all showed up. So be on the lookout for that as well when you get there.
Andrew, you talking about sunrise? Sunrise where? Up in North Carolina or up in North Florida? Sunrise here right now is like, I mean, it's BMNT by like 5:45 in the morning right now, and it stays. Is it still pretty daylight there in Florida?
I don't know. I usually don't get up before daylight.
I mean, you can see us in Astor. Oh, I think it's going to be slightly dark come tournament day.
So twilight, sunrise, or I guess you call it civil twilight, is around 6. Nautical twilight is 6 o'clock.
Let's see.
So actual sunrise from
6:37 today.
So actual sunrise from launch time is 1 hour. So basically, it's saying sunrise is 6:30.
Yeah, right now it says 6:37.
So you'll have about 30 minutes pre-daylight, which it'd be low. It just won't be a full sunrise yet. You'll have a little twilight there.
Yeah. Oh, well, I say BMNT. It's that BMNT's going to be at like before morning nautical twilight is what that means. But so at 6 o'clock, you're going to start getting daylight. And it's like 30 minutes prior to sunrise at 6:37, you're going to start getting daylight. So at 5:30, it's going to be dark when we launch at 5:30. 30 minutes later at 6 when line's in, you're going to have some level of daylight peeking over the trees. So you're going to be able to be seen. Obviously, safety, you still have to have your 360 light on, your Naviga lights as you're running down the river. But yeah, by the time line's in, there's going to be some level of daylight. Yeah. Unless you're tucked up into the trees and it's going to be dark for a little while. No, but I'm looking forward to it. I know some guys have hit the water and gals. 6:41ish. Harrelson, you're way late. 6:37. Get it right. No, some of you guys have hit the water. I got a chance a couple weeks ago. Like I said, it was good. I fished half a day from like 12 in the afternoon till like 8 p.m. And the fish are definitely feeding. Water's a little bit low, so they're pulled out, doing what they do in the summertime. They're chasing bait. Yeah, my observations. There's a ton of bait moving in schools, and the bass are eating them. That's my observations, and it's everywhere. So where I was at, everywhere I went, there was bait and there was fish. So we'll see if it stays that way. If the water comes up a little bit and there's some current, I think it could get real good and congregate those fish in certain spots, and it might be a shootout. Who knows? I think I was talking to Chris. He's saying what, low to mid 90s is going to win it.
I think we'll hit the century mark.
You think we'll hit the century mark? I think so too.
I definitely do. Over 2 days, we should. We'll be real close to it if we don't.
Yeah, agreed. You got 2 days. If you don't, here's a good way to look at it because I know some people are not so enthused about the 7 days out from pre-fishing. You got 2 days to get your five best fish. Saturday may be a pre-fishing day where everything counts.
Yeah.
Is kind of the positive outlook on it.
So it
So if
doesn't matter if you sore lip them like you would normally do.
yeah. Hey, everything you land, just treat it as pre-fishing. Everything you land is a bonus.
Yeah.
And then if you only have to upgrade, the next day you can key in on those areas that you found them and try and target those upgrades. Is looking at the positive end. I know not everybody's enthused. I know we've talked about it. Pre-fishing cutoffs, whether it's the Friday before or 7 days out. Or we kind of all agreed on like 7 days out minimum. At first, we were talking
30
30
days.
30 days, and we may do that next year. But we released championship location a little bit further down the schedule line, so that would have been a pretty ruthless cutoff if we gave you guys 30 days. That would give you about what 4 weeks to pre-fish.
Yeah, but still, the thing is even if you've got 30 days out, man, conditions change so much
Mm-hmm.
in 30 days. I mean, conditions will change within a week's time,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and I kind of I don't know. I can see the pros and the cons about it, but that's something we can talk about for real specifically championship. I would be Sean Spears' opinion, probably like 30 days out for the championship, 7 days prior for regular season events. Uh, but yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it. Obviously, we're not going to make any drastic changes from this year. I think everything has went well. Obviously, we know some of you guys pre-fishing times not enthused. Uh, we're trying to make it as exciting as possible. I think it's great. 7 days out, no pre-fishing.
I just wish I had some time to go pre fishing.
You got the internet. As long as you don't ask questions. As long as you don't ask questions, you just read. You're good.
That is my pre fishing is Google Earth.
Hey, that's a great resource.
But everything in Florida looks the same. That's
Just go out there and throw a Ned rig.
what I should do.
No, I guess nobody has any questions. I guess we're not as exciting as
We're
as
not as exciting as Bailey.
Mr. Bailey up there.
There he is.
I don't know. Daryl, Amy, Andrew, or yeah, Andrew, Timothy.
Smelly, Tim.
What what's going to be the winning length? Throw some numbers out there.
Oh,
Uh, Woodring.
Woodring,
Yeah, you don't have to join, Thomas. It's all right. Two motors.
two
Two
motors.
motors. Two motors. You want to talk about two motors?
Hey, I made a suggestion. You remember? I don't know if you were on the call whenever we was talking about it. I said, what if we made a suggestion? Two motors or two motors and no forward facing sonar, or just one motor and forward facing sonar.
I I'm all about the two motors, but here's the sticking point. We'll talk about two motors because me and Bailey have had some heated conversations about two motors. Is how do you deem the safety mechanism of two motors on certain kayaks? Like uh, the XTR. The kayak I'm in,
No
uh,
problem.
the PWR. You can probably get away with it. I've seen. I know a guy that runs two motors on his PWR at times when he's not fishing competitively. Works great, but
Would he look like the lumberjack in the Rudolph's Misfit
yeah,
cartoon?
yeah. Harrelson, personal responsibility. Yeah, it's the safety aspect of it, which I can understand when Chris was talking about it, like the safety aspect. Somebody's going to get a Lifetime kayak and they're going to be like, let me put a bow mount on this Lifetime. Not knocking Lifetime. We all started off with a box store brand kayak.
Let's put it this way. Let's just say you have the old Native Slayer, right? Which is a good kayak. It's pretty sturdy, but if you put two motors on it, it may not. It's going to be a little bit more wobbly.
Yeah, and where do we draw that line and identify what kayaks have the ability to hold two motors? Then we're talking about we're pricing people out of fishing, because it'd be like, hey, you have to have this new canoe unlimited that has 650-pound capacity with scuppers in, which the XTR is what, 700. The Native Titan's pretty far up there, I believe. The 13.5. There's some kayaks that have exorbitant amounts of capacity. Don't know how accurate that is, but so do you draw? Where do you draw the line at saying, hey, any kayak that has over 550 pounds of capacity with scuppers in can have two motors, and then we're driving the price point of kayak fishing up and
But then on the flip side of it is what about if you're doing that? Then why not just put a little small horsepower motor on the back?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, soon we're gonna have gas motors, No,
So,
gas motors will never be allowed in the Florida Kayak Bass Trail.
oh, come on now.
So that's the sticking point about two motors.
I was going to put a 250 on the back of my Hobie.
No, I'm all about it, but I mean, like, let's talk about Hobie. Hobie, I've put two motors on that thing before. I wouldn't do it again. I've tested the SS127 with two motors. Obviously, I have four kayaks. I have a big water and SS127, a PA14, and now I have the XTR sitting in my garage. I've fished all of them with two motors except the Old Town Big Water.
Yeah.
And the Bonafide SS127 did well until the waves, the rollers start coming in. Then it's kind of sketch because I speared a couple rollers, like 3-4 foot rollers from wake boats, and it didn't handle the wake real well.
See, that's the thing is I think you'll wind up getting too much weight in there, having to put the batteries to run both of them. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah,
And
no,
weighted it down.
yeah. Obviously, we know which kayak handled it the best is the XTR, just because it's a barge. That rear end, I have a lot of weight in that rear end with batteries in the motor, and it sits perfectly level in the water still. So it does great. It does great. The other ones, the PA, I wouldn't do it again. The PA that nose drops down, which is fine with just the bow mount and the batteries and stuff. The weight well balanced, it does well, but that nose still does come down, and I know you notice it too with your XI3. So that's the sticking point. We'll talk about it in the off season, but the thought has crossed the mind. I know Daryl Harrelson.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, Thomas 255 Minn Kotas on the back, wide open. Hey, a fair game. Can of worms.
I mean, put them on the side. Mount them off the side, two of them.
Let's see. I run both motors on my autopilot 120, and I always wear my kill switch. Just common
Always
sense.
wear your kill
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Yeah. There's definitely a safety mechanism to it. Yeah, where your kill switch is, but not everybody's gonna have a kill switch. Like with those XI3s, where's your kill switch unless you connect it to your breaker and you have this line running? If you pull on it, somehow it activates your breaker. Would be pain in the butt. But yeah, a talking point. But like rules oriented, I don't think there's going to be any major changes to the rules. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Maybe some updates to some verbiage, but I know everybody wants to swap tournament management systems, but I'm a fan of both. I've had the same equal amount of issues with both at times. They both work great.
I'll give you an example. This past weekend, I was judging a tournament. Tourney X went down in the middle of the tournament, and messed up on some fish judging them, because it went down while we were right at about the time that it was to cut off, the end of the tournament.
Yeah,
But,
and,
yeah,
and
I mean, it didn't affect any of the outcome of the tournament, but there was there was one fish that got overlooked a little bit. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. I mean, that's another can of worms, as Daryl said, that you could open up. I think they're both great platforms. One has I've what was it? It was on social media. I think it was I forget who it was. Had a fish not upload with Fishing Chaos, and I'll talk about it. But if you are on Fishing Chaos and it says 100%, but that 100% hasn't disappeared and you close out the app, it will not upload that fish.
yeah.
You have to physically wait for that 100% to disappear before
Mm-hmm.
you close out everything, or it will not upload that fish. So I know I think I forget who it was. Someone had an issue with it and was talking about it on social media, and there's kind of people commenting about Tourney X and Fishing Chaos. But I went back and looked at it. I was like, because I've had upload issues on one, I've had upload issues on the other. And if you make that 100, if you close it out before that 100% disappears, like I said, that fish will not upload, and you'll have to go re-upload it, even though it says 100%, which is interesting. Because I've also seen it. It said 100%, then it bounced back, or it'll go 85%, then it'll bounce back to 68%, then it'll bounce up to 95%, then 100%, and depending on surface, it may jump back down to 90. So you have to physically wait for 100%, and that's why you see me standing up on my kayak holding my phone up on Blue Cypress the other day. And
Well, and the flip side of it is you got to always go in and see what fish, to double check your fish to make sure.
yeah, yeah,
That's
definitely.
always the best thing to do is to go in and double check it because I've had it happen. I've also had it happen on Tourney X. So I mean, it happens on all of them. Um, the problem with Tourney X, they're both great platforms. Don't get me wrong. For the tournament directors, Fishing Chaos is better, right?
Yeah,
For a lot of times on the anglers, Tourney X can be a little bit more user friendly on
agreed.
on certain things, but Tourney X is going to cost the anglers a whole lot more money than Fishing Chaos, and it's
True.
going to cost the club because their fees are so much more expensive than Fishing Chaos.
Yeah. We've had those talks before too.
So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, ultimately, I think we can do like we've done before and put it out, for the anglers to do to choose. But the last time we did it, all the anglers basically chose Fishing Chaos. So
Yeah, Thomas. I will build you the AOI Excel sheet if you switch. Yeah, we had that conversation at Blue Cypress.
yeah,
We'll talk about it in off season. I'm not emotional about either one, but I mean Todd brought up some certain points like uh, fees versus on one versus the other. Uh, is things also to look at. Uh, if you don't care about fees, it does, like Todd said, it does cost the club a little bit more money.
which
Uh,
lowers our payouts.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yep,
It lowers the payout. So you know, it is what it is. I mean, Tourney X has been around for a while. Fishing Chaos has been around for a while. They both are good platforms. It's just, I think Tourney X is just a little bit easier to use. It's a little more user friendly, easier to use. But on the flip side of things, Fishing Chaos does allow you to upload in a low resolution if you do have bad cell service. Tourney X does not.
yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
You know, and I've
Yeah,
been in situations where I've used Tourney X because my old club, that's all we used, where we had no cell service where I was at, and I couldn't get my fish uploaded
hmm,
because I had to have service. So it's a good thing, a bad thing. They both have their positive and their negatives.
yeah, yeah. Frandy, I agree with you. It'd be nice if they let you upload pictures in the background because I found myself at times I'll hit upload, then I'll put my phone down and I'll close it out and it won't upload the photo. I wish it would. It'd be awesome if it did. That way I could just put my phone down and keep fishing. But
Yeah.
uh, to your point, Amy, like mine did disappear and still hosed me. The way I'm a little OCD, so I check it, I upload it, and then I'll go through and check my uploads. No matter, and as I'm doing that, I'm also like casting a line out
Yeah.
and phone in one hand, sidetrack, making sure my fish uploaded. So,
And still,
there,
you can check it with that. Even if the leaderboard is cut off, you can still check your own submissions.
yeah, definitely. You can check your submissions. Yeah, and I would recommend like even if you don't have to do it right away. If they're firing in front of you and they're schooling, you catch one photo. Uh, you don't necessarily have to upload it right away. You catch your fish, upload them when there's a lull, double check, triple check, and go back to fishing. But that's personally what I do. Because I mean, like I said, with both platforms, I've had upload failures multiple times, or duplicates. I've hit it and accidentally somehow uploaded the fish twice. I have to call somebody and be like, "Hey, I think I uploaded this fish twice." They're like, "Well, you can delete it yourself." Like when I was real novice at this, but you can go in and fix, verify everything within both platforms, which is nice. So I'm not trying to lobby for one another. Apparently, we're talking controversial subjects today. We're talking fishing chaos versus Tourney X,
Two
two
motors.
motors. Let's talk about live scope next. We're gonna ban live scope, so Daryl can't use it anymore. Got
Come
to
on,
keep him away
man.
from AOI. Got to keep Seth Taylor off the fish because that guy's mastered it already.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, he's on it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. Speaking of Seth, I don't know if we give him a shout out yet, but he himself, Ross Pinkerton, Seth got second. I believe Ross got eighth or ninth. I know he got a top 10. So those two went out and killed it. I know Timothy was out there. He was, I think, around 40th place. Amy was out there. Amy, I don't know what place you got, to be honest with you. But I know you had a little rough tournament, which I've had a ton of rough tournaments. So
the
don't
Dale
don't
Hollow
don't.
is beautiful though.
It is beautiful. Don't beat yourself down because me and Todd have had our share of horrendous tournaments, and
Yes,
it's a fact of life.
I've had a
And
horrendous year, so you know.
yeah, the Friday bite's always better than the Saturday bite. But nah, hey, some days are better than others, Amy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of zeros out there, even fun fishing. There's been a lot of days where I've went out there and not caught anything.
Hey, and there's a lot of people that know that lake up and down, and sometimes go out there and zero. So it can be a finicky lake at times as well.
Yeah, I went down to Florida and smashed them all weekend. In North Carolina, it's been a grind up here. I caught them the last couple weekends, but all winter long, there's a lot of zero trips in North Carolina for me this winter.
Mhm.
I struggled.
But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to our championship. Looking forward to seeing what everybody's going to catch over the 2 days. Should be really good. A lot of fun. Should be probably be a grind for some of us, and some of us will probably be smashing them. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's still going to be fun.
Hey,
Anytime on the water, it's just a good time to be out on the
oh
water.
yeah, for sure. Hey, any day in Florida is exciting for me. I miss Florida. I can't wait to come back. 14 more months and I'll be retired. All right, let's see. 98 inches, Amy Brown. 75, Thomas. Andrew Cordero, over 100. Chris Harrelson, 101 and a quarter. I think it's going to take.
I think it's going to be 100.75.
100.75. We'll see. I'll have that on day one.
Hey, but we're not talking, your 25 fish that you catch. We're talking only five.
Hey, we're talking 10. Sean, where do you live, if you don't mind me asking? I live in Fort Bragg, I'm stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, right below Raleigh, North Carolina. which is great fishing. Which is great fishing at times. I hey, there's a couple lakes. I was bragging about them, but they haven't showed out. I did catch a good one the other day though. I've been throwing the speed worm, the Florida special up here. They've been biting it. All right, Todd.
I
I
think
think
it's. I think we about got it covered. We just wanted to go on here and just kind of give a little update, make sure everybody knew that the cutoff time was tomorrow evening, and get signed up if you haven't signed up yet.
yeah, definitely read the rules. Refresh yourself on the rules before you go in this event, so we don't have any rules violations. Like Todd said, we're just making sure nobody DQs himself on
And just a
Saturday.
note on this too, for anybody fishing it. I mean, if you don't want to launch at 5:30, you don't have to launch at 5:30. You can launch at noon if you want to. You can launch whatever time you want to, either day. But you have to be off the water at time, and you have to be at check-in.
Yeah, Blake, 11:59 tomorrow night. It's 11:59 Friday, May 9th. Appreciate it, Frandy.
And again, it's all in the fishing chaos on the tournament page. All the start, end times, check in, the whole works is there as well. So also, it's got the Sean's maps for the boundaries. So you can click on it. You can see where all the drop pins are. And FYI, go to FWC to find all the boat ramps around, all the public eligible boat ramps.
I mean, you can end pre-fishing tomorrow at noon, Blake. That's fine.
You don't need to pre-fish, Blake.
Hey, I'm gonna go change the fishing chaos description to noon tomorrow. We're gonna thin the field out. No, I'm just kidding. All right, all right. I think we're gonna wrap this up. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully we'll see all of you or most of you out there at the championship. Looking forward to it. I'll be down there Thursday night next week. So looking forward to it. I'm excited.
And hopefully Bailey will be on here next week.
Yeah, maybe his homework will slow down. But
Yeah,
yeah, by all means, you guys all have my cell phone number if you have any questions.
same here.
You can call us on Facebook Messenger like a lot of people do, or message us through Facebook or whatever social media platform. If you have any questions, we'll by all means answer them. But it's nice having you guys on. Have a good night.
See ya.